Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Coach Besaw. Welcome to the Spread Offense channel. If you haven't been here before, this channel is completely dedicated to the spread offense, whether it's run game schemes, pass game schemes, RPOs, pretty much anything and everything that you can think of. So, if that's something that interests you, you like learning about the spread, you want to learn more about it, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then you can tap the bell right next to it, and that way you get notified next time I come out with a video. Today's video is about one concept that I really like that will attack middle of the field open. We run it out of an empty set, so if you run empty sets and you're looking for another way to attack the middle of the field, then this concept is for you. Doesn't matter what coverage it is, whether it's 2-4, could be pattern match, whatever it is, this can beat those coverages. And so I'm going to show you, draw it up on the whiteboard here, how you can run it, and then also show you a clip of it so you get to see what it looks like in the game. So let's get right to it and let's check out the concept. All right, coach, so we're in our empty set, and really the whole idea of this concept is to attack the defense in the middle of the field. So we get middle of the field open, that's where they're weak at, and we want to be able to attack that middle of the field. And our goal is, with this concept and how we're going to distribute these routes, is to be able to open up that window even more so we can get one of our guys into the middle of the field there, okay? Now, the concept here is actually a concept that we run at a 2x2. Okay, so what we're doing here, though, when we get into empty, we're putting our number 3 receiver here. Could be a running back, could be another receiver. We're putting him here as the number 3 to this side, and he's going to be the one that we want to get to the middle of the field, and really, we want to get him the football. So for us, it was a running back. For you, it may be your best receiver, depending on how you want to line up and get this done here. Okay, so but I'll just go over the concept as how we would run it out of our 2x2 look, and then show you exactly what the idea here of this concept is. So looking at our number 1 receivers, what I think it probably is the best route in football, in my opinion, is a comeback route. We run ours a deep comeback, 14 back to 12. Okay, and so that's what we're doing with our number 1 receivers here. We're breaking out to the outside, 45 degrees, getting downhill. I think it's a great route. Because I think it is really hard to defend on a corner. Doesn't matter what coverage you're in. If this corner feels like he's going to get beat vertically, and if you run 4 verts and you're constantly trying to run past the corners, a comeback is a great answer to that because it's really going to get him off, give you the cushion that you need to be able to throw the ball to the outside there. So we really like that route there. We put number 2 in the slot. Our number 2 receivers, they're running a corner over the top of it. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit skinnier, just because we are getting a little bit more vertical with our number 1 receiver. And so we're sending our 2 on a corner. So that's our concept right there, 2x2. And really, ideally, at a 2x2, we really like to hit the number 1 receiver on that deep comeback there. So we send our slots on verticals to occupy any overhangs that may be there, and not allow them to get out into that kind of the hook to curl area there. Okay, so that's the concept. Now, when we get into our empty set, we've got our 3rd receiver to this side. And really what we're going to do with him is we're going to just try to send him right down to the middle of the field. Okay, so he's got to be aware of, obviously, that linebacker that most likely is going to be in the box somewhere. Could be even walked out a little bit farther. But as he's getting vertical, most likely he's going to wall him off and not let him get to the middle of the field because that's where they're weak. Okay, so we got to get over the linebacker, and then we want to get under this safety here. So we'll get vertical, and then we want to puncture right down the middle of the field, okay? And the goal of this is that these corner routes from our number 2 receivers is going to open up that window even more for this player right here to get to the middle of the field. So if you're running quarters, if you're running your man match stuff, right? If they're going to play man here and treat this as 2 read, he's going to run here, okay? If he's on 3, this could be the I guess the main problem, or the one coverage that could cause issues with this, is that you're going to get this safety locked on number 3 as he gets vertical, okay? And for us, we're just trying to beat this safety to a spot. If that's the case, our quarterback's going to be reading this guy right here, right? Because we're trying to put him in 2 spots at once. So he's either going to play 3 vertically here, okay, or he may come off onto his deep half, and whatever he does, we're trying to make him wrong. So if he jumps the 3, then we feel like we can get over the top with the corner who's got the apex defender right here on top of him, okay? If he plays his deep half, okay, and widens out with the corners like we want him to, then it's all about him and the Mike, and we think we can beat the Mike down the middle of the field. Okay, not really worried about the backside safety on this because we are running another corner route on the backside, and we should be able to occupy that safety and pull him away from the window that we're trying to throw into. Okay, so really, it's a read kind of movement key on this safety here, and again, we want to puncture the middle of the field. We want to make him wrong, put him in conflict, and throw to the guy who's open in space. Okay, so that's the concept there that you can run out of your empty, attack middle of the field. Now let's take a look at a game clip and see it in action. Okay, so we got our empty set here. We put our 3 receivers to the field. We got our 2 to the boundary here. They kept 6 guys in the box, but you can see their safeties are down a little bit. This is kind of late in the game. We needed a first down for sure, and it was an obvious passing down. So again, the idea here is to put our number ones. They're going to be on a deep comeback to the outside, so they're going to be occupying the corners here. We're trying to get their safeties to lock on our number 2 receivers, and again, we're trying to open up that window even more for our back, okay, or our number 3 receiver, whoever it is for you guys, if you're to run this concept here. Okay, so you can see, get the snap here. Looks like everyone's getting vertical. We're going to run our deep comebacks with number 1. You can see the back is trying to get over this linebacker right here, and he's got the apex defender on his outside hip, upfield shoulder. We're able to split that middle linebacker and get in front of that safety who's over the top. Okay, we're able to kind of puncture that middle of the field. Quarterback does a nice job of putting the ball over the linebacker under the safety. Okay, you can see it in flight right there, just over that linebacker, and gets a little bit out of frame. Okay, but he's outran the linebacker, his apex defender, and then that safety is late coming back over to the middle of the field because he was worried about the corner. So we did what we wanted to. We were able to expand those safeties, get them out wide, distract them with the corner so we can send our number 3 down the middle of the field. And then fortunately for us, our running back was pretty good, and that is a would-be tackle right there. He bounces off of him, and he's able to run it into the end zone for like a 70-yard touchdown or so. Again, back's getting right to the middle of the field. And that ball is it's not a 50-yard throw either. If you see the release of the quarterback when he's throwing it, his receiver is about 12 yards down the field or so. So it doesn't have to be a deep ball that is, supposed to be 40, 50 yards down the field. We do want to get over that Mike, and we just want to get right to the grass. And it doesn't got to be a perfect throw leading him, because you do have those safeties that are going to be collapsing down on him at some point. So for us, it was, right in the range, 12 to 15 yards is good. Get over the middle linebacker, get underneath the safeties, get the ball out, and let your athlete catch the football and let him make a play in space, which he does. Okay, so nicely done there. Great timing with the quarterback getting the ball out. Great job by the back there to catch the football, take on a would-be tackler, and continue to get downfield. All right, Coach, so there's a pretty simple concept that you can use to be able to attack the middle of the field and out of an empty set. So I hope that you found it useful, and maybe it's something that you can take away and think about putting it into your offense. If you liked the video and you thought it was helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit subscribe below and tap the bell right next to it. That way you can get notified next time I come out with a video. Liking the videos and being a subscriber really helps us grow the Spread Offense YouTube channel. So if you do those 2 things, that would be awesome, guys. Thanks so much for dropping by. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.